Good evening. Good evening, Miss Himani.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Biju sir. Mr. Biju, yeah. Shall we introduce our moderator today?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please, sir.
It is my privilege to introduce today's moderator, Ms. Himani Bakshi. Ms. Himani Bakshi, an educator holding a master's degree in English from Lady Shri Ram College, Delhi University. She has been in the field of education for a decade. Currently, she shapes the minds of senior secondary students at Modern School Barakamba Road. Ms. Himani served as an observer in the 2021 National Achievement Survey. In addition to her teaching role, Ms. Himani takes on the responsibilities of the English Department Coordinator for classes 6 to 10. She actively promotes holistic learning and is deeply involved in co-curricular activities within the school. Hearty welcome to you, Ms. Himani. Please proceed.
Yeah, Himani ma'am, please proceed.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. That was a very humbling introduction. I'll proceed. A very good evening, everyone. Greetings from Extra Mile. Extra Mile is an exclusive platform created by the founder of TTAC, Dr. Abdul Salam, for providing online, offline training. Having a pool of resource persons, Extra Mile is resourceful to provide on-site training on demand across India. Before we begin, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to Dr. Abdul Salam and Extra Mile Education and Training for giving me this great opportunity. I also extend a very warm welcome to all the participants. It is indeed a pleasure to have each one of you as an important part of the webinar, as we embark together on yet again this fruitful journey of decoding pivotal changes by CBSE in regards to NEP today. Continuing with its plethora of endeavors, the Extra Mile community, along with today's remarkably talented and well-known resource person, Dr. Abdul Salam, will seek to provide valuable inputs in this session. The Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, has always been at the forefront of educational reforms, ensuring excellence and innovation in the Indian education system. In line with its commitment to adaptability and quality enhancement, CBSE has introduced several pivotal changes for the academic year 2024-25. These changes aim to foster holistic development, catering to evolving educational needs, and equip students with the skills necessary to thrive in a rapidly changing world. From revised curriculum frameworks to innovative assessment methodologies, CBSE's initiatives for 2024-25 reflect its dedication to prepare students for the challenges and opportunities of the future. Additionally, these changes align with the vision outlined in the National Education Policy, which emphasizes holistic and multidisciplinary education. Today, let's delve into the transformative initiatives introduced by the CBSE for the upcoming academic year. So before we begin with today's session, there are a few things I'd like to brief you about. Any query during the session can be conveyed through the meeting chat box, or you can personally message me. In order to have an interactive experience, you may clear your doubts by asking questions. Kindly use the virtual hand raise button and wait for your name to be called out, or I will take your individual query at the end of the session. The participants will have the opportunity to receive certificate only after filling up the certificate and feedback form, the link of which will be shared at the end of the session. Please stay connected till the end of the session. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, amidst us, we also have Mr. Biju S. Pillai. Mr. Pillai is the principal of Gokulam Public School, Trivandrum. He's the co-founder of BTAC and has a vast experience in the field of education in many capacities, including being the principal of many reputed CBSE schools. Sir, we are honored to have your gracious presence amidst us. I request Mr. Biju S. Pillai to felicitate the gathering with his kind words.
Thank you, Himani Bakshi ma'am.
Thank you,
Most
sir.
respected founder of Extra Mile Education Training, Dr. Abdul Salam sir. And we have around today 300 participants. And I invite all the respected educators to this platform. It's a wonderful platform where today we are going to gain very informative things regarding the latest changes what CBSE has brought. And I request all my dear teachers also, whenever possible, you may please refer to the CBSE site and gain the knowledge of new NEP section, which is around 60 pages, out of which only 24 pages it is related to the schools, and other sites also like Vidya Prakash, which will give more information and which will promote us to bring more innovative trainings, more innovative programs, techniques, how to handle the session or how to handle the children more effectively, so that the teaching learning process will not be like teacher-centered what we had or what we experienced in our life, but it is entirely changing to child-centered. So regarding all these information, Dr. Abdul Salam will be conveying us in a very good manner. So all the very best to all the educators in the Extra Mile platform. Once again, thank you all. I remain. Thank you, Himani Bakshi ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for guiding us and for your kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Dr. Abdul Salam. He is presently working as the assessor of National Accreditation Board for Education and Training, Government of India. Dr. Salam is the principal of Vibgyor High, Bangalore. He is the CBSE resource person, master trainer, CBSE Deputy Training Coordinator of Trivandrum region, and patron of Bharat Sahodaya. Dr. Salam is the founder and CEO of BTAG. Sir, it is indeed our pleasure to have your gracious presence, and I would request you to take over the proceedings of the evening.
Thank you, Ms. Himani. And good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Very happy to be connected with you again after 1 or 2 months gap on a new platform, which is being extended to you for more and more learning. So we have to learn together, go miles and extra mile. So thank you everybody for joining. Well, Biju sir, Biju S. Pillai and myself started this journey sometime back on this online platform. And we are still together fetching you lots of learning. And we are moving ahead with on-site learning as well, since hence this platform Extra Mile. And there is a correction to Himani while introducing myself. I was holding the position of Deputy Training Coordinator of Trivandrum, but when I moved out of Trivandrum, I no longer belong to that position. And also I am not the patron of Bharat Sahodaya, because which is located in Trivandrum. So in Bangalore, it is something different. So I do not belong to Bharat Sahodaya as a patron as well. So I'm here. We called a meeting of all the educators to extend our greetings on this new year 2024. Happy New Year to everyone. And to pass on certain information which I have received related to CBSE initiatives and the changes that are going to happen in the academic year 24-25. So as everybody knows, there are a lot of changes coming up, and we all have to be geared up to embrace these changes to facilitate in our school for the benefit of our children. So I would like to request Ms. Himani to share the screen so that
Yes,
we
sir.
can go through certain slides. This is going to be a very minimal discussion. Through this discussion, you will get clarity on many of your queries which you have in your mind, which I will try to give my best based on my knowledge and the information I received. I also owe courtesy to Mr. Matthews, who is running AIEF, who has already conducted a similar session for the CBSE educators. So, Ms. Himani, please share this screen.
Yes, sir. Sir, is the screen visible?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are discussing pivotal change in 2014, 2024, and 25 by CBSE. Next page will take you to the topics of discussion today. We will be focusing upon board exams for next year and the curriculum, and shuffle glimpse through shuffle also will take place. Of course, national credit framework and the most important language policy. So we will be discussing these areas today. You can note down your queries, your questions, and at the end we will take up your questions. All right, next slide, please. Yeah, it is important to have a background of NEP because the entire change that is going to happen is purely based on NEP recommendations. And you can see there is a highlight in this pie chart, multilingualism, that 4.11 to 4.22. The entire focus, mostly we should say that NEP is bringing about is Indianism. So that's why you can see multilingualism that is being promoted, and that we are going to see flourishing throughout in the next coming years. A lot of emphasis is given to native language, regional languages. So we will be focusing upon all these areas, and the next slide will tell you about we lost next slide, please. Yeah. So already here, I think we lost one slide there. No problem. We already have maybe some technical issues. Yeah, you can keep it that. Yeah. Introducing foundational literacy and numeracy that we have already received and is in practice in all schools. That is the first stage of the 4 phases of schooling. That is the 5th one. That is the first stage. There is 5 years program which already has been initiated in all the schools. Foundational literacy and numeracy, and the remaining 3 phases, all the changes are going to happen. So we'll go to next slide, Himani. Yeah. So this slide tells you of the national education policy reduction in curriculum. For the past 2-3 years, we have seen NCERT reducing certain amount of portions curriculum bit by bit, and now almost 30% reduction has happened. It started off in the pandemic time, and we have now 30% in most of the subject, 30% curriculum reduction has happened. The focus is on, because the focus is to be on the core essentials of curriculum. Curriculum in all subjects to be reduced to its core essentials and focus on critical thinking. A lot of emphasis is given on critical thinking and not just learning the content only. We are learning to solve problems through critical thinking. And of course, classes have to be interactive. Teachers were complaining of lot of syllabus, no time for student activities and projects and all such concerns. That's a reason to focus on student learning, student activity, and to make the classes very interesting and to make it experiential learning, that the reduction is happening. The reduction has happened. So we have to make sure that we are implementing the policy of national education, and all the classes should be student-centered, and the shift of learning, teaching, learning is on the student, and teachers have to just act like scaffolders and give the ownership of learning to students. So that is a very idea of national education policy, students becoming independent learners and they are the owners of their learning. So we have to ensure core essentials are focused upon, critical thinking is happening, interactive classes and experiential learning, and a lot more, which as an educator we must have gone through the NEP document. Next slide, please. Yeah. So today's highlight, which everybody is looking forward to, you can see the slide which says that grade 1 is going to have a new NCERT textbook this year. I mean, 24-25 coming year. And grade 5 and 8, certain exam reforms. And grade 6, also new textbook. Grade 9, we are going to have 3 language policy. And grade 10, we are going to have 2 boards. Grade 11, 2 language system. Similarly, similar to grade 10, we are going to have 2 boards for grade 12 as well. So we will have a discussion in detail in the next slides. Ms. Himani, next slide, yeah. So we have already seen that new textbooks are coming for grade 1, 6 and 9. As far as, back slide, please. Ms. Himani, back slide. Back, yeah. So these textbooks belonging to grade 1, 6 and 9, new textbooks. I think it will be released by the end of March or middle of March. They are very, working very on a warp foot, we should say. NCERT officers are working. They have been doing this work, but they could not, bring it out on time. They have promised, as far as the information I have received is concerned, they have promised that at least principals will receive or schools will receive at least the PDF for the next academic year usage. So grade 1, 6 and 9, they will have new textbooks from NCERT. So other textbooks, you have already have the, reduced curriculum, but we cannot expect new textbooks from NCERT for other classes. You can follow the reduced curriculum. Next slide, please. Okay, this is about grade 5 and 8. We mentioned some exams. So there was a no detention policy. Still it is existing from grade 1 to 8, automatic promotion. Am I not audible? Ms. Himani?
Sir, you're audible, sir. Very much audible.
Yeah. So
yes, sir.
If somebody is telling I'm not audible, yeah, okay, thank you. Well, this is about grade 5 and 8. No detention policy will be removed for grade 5 and 8. Others may continue, but there are chances and most likely that there is going to be a kind of, screening at grade 5 and 8, and minimum 25 percentage should be obtained by students to get through grade 5 and 8 with a minimum 75 of percentage of attendance, which we have been following for grade 10 and 12 as part of board exam. Grade 10 and 12, they should have minimum grade, 75 percentage attendance. So this policy is being brought down to also to grade 5 and 8, and there should be minimum 25 percentage scoring in theory to get through grade 5 and 8 to the next grade. So this is something new, which I think it is a good sign, because we as teachers know that many students it is not their fault, maybe because of the lack of facilities, especially in the rural areas of India. They have been promoted as a policy, and when they come to grade 6, 7, 8, they do not have the basic minimum learning outcomes. They don't have. There is so-called minimum learning outcome as per NEP. Students should obtain minimum learning outcome, that is called MLOs, that they have to make sure they are securing. So this is the reason to take India as a whole. Maybe in the cities this scenario may not exist, but in rural areas, there are many schools with less facilities, and a lack of faculties and all, and students they do not have enough classrooms or classes, or not enough sufficient number of teachers or qualified teachers. So what happens to them is they are at a loss. They are not being helped, and they automatically get promoted to grade 1, 2, 3 till 8. So with no check and all, we cannot detain students. So that is the concern we all were having. Detention, even if all the subjects, the child fails in all the subjects, we have to detain. We cannot detain the child. So grade 5 and 8 are going to have no detention policy removed. We are going to have this removal to take place in grade 5 and 8, and minimum 25 percentage is required for theory paper, and with 75 percentage attendance. So this is about new detention no detention policy removal. Next slide, Himani ma'am. So you can read in connection with that, as I said, there is going to be a screening in grade 5 and 8. It's a very recent CBSE has introduced SAFL. So SAFL, it was introduced in many schools. 180, in 1,887 CBSE affiliated schools, it has been introduced as a pilot project. And the objective is to see the competency of children, how competent they are. So they are conducting exams, online exams, in 3 subjects, core subjects: maths, English, and science. And now this is being extended to all the schools, so that the school can have an analysis, structured analysis. So it is a structured assessment for analyzing the students' learning, SAFL. So this is a very important and a very useful tool, which all the schools should use to analyze the competency of children in grade 5 and 8. They are getting a chance, and I think most of the schools have registered for SAFL. The last date for SAFL registration ends on 20th. So please hurry up. If any school has not registered for SAFL, you have to do it within 20th February. So this is, to be read along with the no detention policy in grade, removal of no detention policy in grade 5 and 8. So we'll go to next slide, Ms. Hima. Yeah, coming to board exams. We have been hearing a lot of speculations, a lot of media coverage, a lot of coverage in newspapers and all about two types of exams, semester exams and all. Now that we have got clarity, what is all going to happen in the next academic year? We are talking about the next academic year. We are going to have board exams for grade 10 and 12 twice as we expected, but not semester wise. We are going to have two boards, not just like we had one in, I think 2 years back, we had a two semester system in term one and term two, where we had term one examination, board exam conducted, and term two. And now this is not going to be term one or term two. This is going to be the whole term twice, the whole syllabus exam. So which should be completed, as most of the schools complete their syllabus by November, with a target to, give enough orientation to conduct mock exams, pre-board exams or model exams, whatever we call. CBSE is extending or facilitating students to take this facility, whether to appear for first board or second board. So we can we can call it two boards. One is to happen by November, December, and the other is to happen by February, March. The difference is, it is not compulsory that every student should take the first board. It is up to the students who think that they are not prepared enough to take up this first board. They can very well go to the second board. Of course, there may be students, who are very, brilliant, and they are quick learners and they are ready by November. They can take up this November or December first board examination, and sometimes they may be, also orienting themselves for the what do you call entrance examinations, and they may be preparing that. In that case, those students, it is advisable for those students to take this examination, but it is not compulsory for anyone to take the first board examination. If you think that, if students think that, okay, I will write two exams, maybe two languages I will write now and concentrate on the three other or four other subjects on the next exam, they can do it. So then they need to give only the remaining exams for the next board, that is the second board examination. So that is to take place in February, March. Of course, marks and all these things, definitely marks will be available, correction. This will be conducted with all the modalities of board examination, and the practicality of this, every school has to think how many students will take this first board examination, whether the school will be, the teachers will be able to finish the portion and prepare the children by November or December to take the first board examination. But it is all up to the students and teachers and the school. If they are very well, ready, then of course they can go for. All the other formalities, modalities remain the same as board exams in terms of whatever you call fees, registration, LOC, all these things are the same. Hall ticket, everything will be the same. Board exam will be conducted not in centers, but outside the schools, the student schools. All this the same will be the same for the first board, just like the second board examination. The next slide, please. Yeah, so this speaks more clearly about the two board examinations. And this slide also tells us about the practicals, which already you might have had in your mind. What is the status of practicals? Practicals, as usual, will be conducted in Jan. Right now, by now practicals are over. So next year, Jan, similarly, all practicals with the external examiners and all, this will be the same. Only thing is there is an additional board for students, CBSE being flexible in order to ease the stress of students to, write all the subjects together, and also to have some flexibility of timing. This, facility is extended to all the students of CBSE board grade 10. Himani ma'am, please, you can note down the queries that is coming up in the chat box. We will answer them at the end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So this the exam, after the board exam, the best of 2 in theory will be taken for marks and awarding marks and mark sheets. You will get marks, students will get marks of first board through schools, but their mark sheet will be available just like as usual after the board examination in February and March. So it will be just like best of 2 in theory. As, of course, practical, there is only one time practical. I hope this is very clear, board examination. And we are moving to the next slide, please. Yeah, very important. Schools have to be, equipped to facilitate this new introduction, new requirement. Grade 9 is going to have 3 language system, 10 subjects together. So it is, of course, it is going to be, on the kind of, more, we cannot call it a burden, but it is definitely students are going to benefit from these 10 subjects, but they have to spend some more time on their studies. But NEP, the suggestion of NEP is inevitable, requirement is inevitable. There should be 3 language system. There is no exemption to that. We will see one by one. A language 1 should be a foreign language. Most of the schools, 99% of the schools follow foreign language, English as the foreign language. So that may be continued. And second, that is language 2 and 3 should be native language. So 1 foreign language, 2 native language. There is regional language. Maybe, it is according to the region, states, they can choose Hindi, Sanskrit, or if it is Kerala, Malayalam, Tamil Nadu, Tamil, Kannada, Karnataka, etc., they can choose. So we are going to have language 1, language 2, language 3. So 3 languages we are going to have. When we speak about foreign language, there is a concern that French, many schools follow French. What is the status of French? Of course, either you have to take English or French as a foreign language. So I don't think it is practical for any school to go with French as the foreign language, because for all the children, it is again depending upon the school to take a call. French, because a few students only learn French, and if at all compulsory they have to learn French, of course they can take French as an additional subject apart from 10th subjects. 10 subjects, then the French becomes 11 subject. So compulsorily 10 subjects should be there for grade 9. That is for the upcoming academic year, which is to commence from April 1st. Make it a point that we have to start our classes for grade 9 only in April. CBSE has strictly, instructed all the schools through circular, and I heard they have taken action against a few schools for starting their classes in February or so. So let us be very careful and very clear that we start the classes first week of April, so that we are complying with the instructions of CBSE, which is very essential. So this 3-language system I have explained. Now coming to the 7 subjects. The core subjects are maths, science, social science. So 3 plus 3 subjects, 6, and 1 skill subject, that is computer or AI, artificial intelligence, so it becomes 7. Of course, physical education, art education, environmental education, we already have these studies, and now physical education period is there, art education period is there, environmental education is there, because environmental education, all these were not considered as papers till today. It will be considered as papers from the next academic year onward. So we have 3 language, 3 core subjects, 1 skill subject, and 3 optional subjects like physical education, art education, environmental education. These 3 subjects. So all these 3 subjects, all these 10 subjects are compulsory for grade 9. All right, I hope this is clear to everybody. Yeah, we'll move to the next slide. So this is how it is going to be implemented in grade 9. A student of grade 9 and 10, that is next year grade 9, 2025-26 grade 10. They will have to study 3 languages, R1, R2, R3, at least 2 of which should be native to India. 7 subjects. We have already explained maths and computational thinking. 1 core subject, social science. 2nd core subject, science. 3rd core subject. Then we have art education, physical education and well-being. Then vocational education, that is computer, artificial intelligence, or more of the skill subjects, and interdisciplinary areas like environmental education. A lot of stress is given to environmental education because awareness is necessary to be created among students, because by 2030 we have a target to achieve. We have our goals to achieve to make the earth a better place to live, to end pollution, to create awareness among students about the pollution and all, which we call SDGs, Substantial Development Goals. That is the reason environmental education is made compulsory for students to learn. So a student has to pass in all 10 subjects, 3 languages and 7 subjects to be declared for pass. I hope this is very clear. The implementation of NCF National Curriculum Framework in grade 9 for the upcoming academic year. Next slide, please. Well, here we see class 11, where we have 2 language policy. We already have 1 language, that is English, and 1 second language, that is whatever the school chooses. One English means, 1 language means, as we said, 1 language is foreign language. So nowadays at present we have 2 foreign languages in many of the schools, like French or German or Spanish or Arabic. Arabic is also a foreign language, but that is not going to be accepted from next academic year onwards. For grade 11, there should be only 1 foreign language, and the second language should be a native language. That is the difference. Of course, there is concern for French, teachers, and as we said, French, if they want to take, they can take it as the 7th optional subject. Apart from the compulsory subject, they can go for French as the 7th optional subject. And I heard, representations from Gulf countries or, foreign countries are given in this regard, and CBSE may consider for foreign countries, schools, CBSE schools, wherein they can have, or they may have French as well. They may include that. We have to wait and see. They have already spoken to CBSE as far as I have been informed. Then the next is the core subjects. 4 core subjects. Some examples are given here, like physics, chemistry, any of the core subjects, 4 core subjects, 3 core subjects, and 1 optional subject you have to choose. There is 5th one. So it becomes now 6 subjects for grade 11. So next slide, please. Here is the explanation, the same we have discussed. Grade 9, 11 and 12 have to study 2 languages from group 1, at least one of which is native to India, that is compulsory. 4 subjects with an optional 5th subject from at least 2 of the remaining groups. So across the group, now we have choice to select, but it all depends upon the schools, how they can meet the requirements of students taking different disciplines across in terms of classrooms, teachers, etc., that schools have to take a call. Of course, the choice is given to students. So a student has to pass in each of these 6 subjects, that is 2 language plus 4 subjects, to be declared pass from grade 11 and 12. Hope it is clear. We will go to the next slide. Yeah. So in connection with this, we will work out a certain credit system. Based on this credit system only, we have been talking, especially national education policy. Along with that, we have had national credit framework that clearly talks about how students are going to be credited for their learning. All the hands raised and all we will consider at the end of the presentation discussion. Definitely we will answer your questions as far as possible. To start off, excuse me. To start off, you can see the national credit framework starts with the grade, the preschool. You call it Balvadiga or nursery, whatever you call it. It starts off with preschool at the age of 3 years, and every class is given certain hours of study. Based on the certain hours of study, their credit is calculated. That we will see how it is. For example, if you look at 5-year foundational course, if you look at the 5-year foundational course, each year is given, each year a student has to spend 800 hours to complete that particular grade, whether it is Balvadiga or KG1, KG2, grade 1 or 2. These 5 classes. Each year is having 800 hours of study. Okay, this 800 hours of study, as National Credit Framework levels are there. So they consider it as 0.1 level, and the credit is given into say 27 into 3, that is 81 credit points. So 1 year, this preschool, that is age 3 student will be getting credit point 8.1. I will explain. 1 credit point means 30 hours. 1 credit point means 30 hours. So you can calculate. 800, hours means how many credits the child will be getting. 8.1 credits is, awarded to the child. So it goes like that. When you see class 1, we have, the level is called, the level of class 1 as far as National Credit Framework is called 0.2 level. Nursery, that Balwadika is 0.1 level. So it goes on like that. And the credit points also mentioned. Credit earned per year is also mentioned. So it goes on like this. According to the hours spent, they get 27 credit, 81, 27, 27, 33, 33. It goes on like that until doctoral degree we have the credits amassed. We are accumulating the credits from nursery till PhD, your doctoral degree, and it is clearly given how this credit is, awarded to children. If you calculate the hours on the left side column with divided by 30, you will get the credit for that particular year. So when we talk about, for example, when we talk about, we are focusing upon grade 9 and 10. There is 2-year secondary. You can see 2-year secondary, grade 9 and 10. Their level of study is 2.5 and 3. When a child reaches grade 9, their level of national study scheme is 2.5. Grade, when they reach for grade 10, it is 3 level. And it increases by 0.5 every year. And the credit points they earn is 40 in a year. Why 40? You can take 2 years. Every year, one child has to learn 1,200 years. Sorry. 1,200. That is 1,200 hours. Sorry. 1,200 hours divided by 30. One credit point is 30 hours. So 40 into 3, that becomes 30. 40 into 30 becomes 1,200. Or you can do 1,200 divided by 30, it becomes 40 credits. So it goes on like that. For grade 11 and 12 also 1,200 hours per year. When you go up also 1,200 till your post-graduation, 1,200 hours per year. 40, is the credit awarded to them. If you want to go down to grade 6, 7, and all, they also have 1,200 hours per year to learn. And sorry, in 3-year preparatory, that is grade 5, 4, and 3, there they have 1,000 hours to spend on their studies. So this clearly gives an idea of how this credit system, credit framework works. And all these credit will be credited to the student, and it will be deposited in their digital locker. So anytime the students can take, their credits from the digital locker, and there is a flexibility of, moving out from, grade, jumping of grade, this and all. It is possible, but based on the credit. The credit is awarded if a child passes the, qualifies the paper. If the child does not qualify the paper, no credit. That is how the system will work. So this is the sum total of National Credit Framework from grade, 3 years till PG, postgrad, doctoral degree, PhD. Hope it is very clear. Now, why I, discussed this is we have to, see the subjects and their hours of, study for grade 9 and 11. Grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. Iman, next slide, please. Yeah. So implementation of National Credit Framework in grade 9, how it looks. Each school period is usually 45 minutes. Everybody knows that. Total learning hours per subject in school is approximately 160 hours we get, 40 to 50 hours we are giving for self-study, peer study, project work, and also it becomes 210 hours for one subject. So this credit shall be reflected in the mark statement and a grade card when we get from next academic year onward. When we get the mark sheet, credit also will be given there for the final examinations along with marks and grades. The credits earned shall be deposited, as I have already mentioned, in the academic bank of credit of a student in the DigiLocker. Credits can be earned only in full or in nil, either credit or zero. A student can earn full credits upon passing a subject after assessment, or nil credit for not passing that subject. It's very clear. So this is how it will look like for grade 9. Grade 11, please. Grade 9 and 10. That means in the coming years. Himanima, next slide, please. Yeah. So here you can see, we will see the subject wise. We can see total 1,200 hours a student of grade 9 and 10 will spend throughout their academic year. So 1,200 divided by 30. That means their credit is 40. If they fail, in one subject and all, accordingly their credit also will be deducted. And we will the next slide will speak about the allotment of hours per subject. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, this is the allocation of credits for subjects in grade 9. You can see language. How many languages we have? 1, 2, 3. 3 language. There is language 1, foreign language, language 2 and 3, regional native language. So they have 120 hours each given to these 3 languages. So 100 marks paper, of course, and 4 credits. That means 120 divided by 30, 4 credits. And there will be external examination, of course. That is for grade 9. You can see, assessment pattern and all will be coming from CBSE. For grade 10, we will talk about board examination. Then the core subjects, mathematics, science, and social science. These 3 subjects are given 150 hours each. Of course, 100 marks paper, 5 credits each. PPT can be shared later. We'll send you the PPT, no problem. Then we have environmental education that is given as important as language. Language have 120 hours per year. So environmental education is also given 120 hours per year. Skill subject like computer, artificial intelligence, so whatever skill subject we choose, it will be 150, equivalent to the 3 core subjects. So 4 subjects, 150 each, other 4 subjects, 120 each, and we have physical education and art education, 60 hours each. Hope it is clear. So it is very simple. You can calculate 60 hours means 2 credits. 1 credit means 30 hours. 30 hours means 1 credit. So this clearly speaks of how the credit system is going to work for grade 9 in the next academic year. Let us go to next slide, please. Now have a look at grade 11. How many language? 2 language. Okay, 2 language. We have language 1, 220 hours. Language 2, 220 hours. That is 220 divided by 30 is 7 credits. So all the 220 hours subjects are given 7 credits each. You can see the 3 elective skills electives, academic electives, 210 hours each. Then health and physical education, of course, it is going to be a paper for the 60 hours, as just like 9th standard. Work experience, already we have health and physical education, work experience, general studies. Already we have this Nowadays, it is graded. No, we give A, B, C according to their performance, or any other language or whichever additional subject you take. That is the sixth subject you take. So language 1, 2. So 2 subjects, 3 elective or skill elective. So 5. And coming to the last one, any other subject, that is the fifth option. Sorry, that is a fifth option. That is whether you take any discipline, that is to be considered as the fifth option. That is having 210 hours of study with 7 credits. General studies, actually, general studies is having 60, hours, so it is 2 credits. There is a mistake, and work experience is 30 hours. That is 1 credit. So total it becomes 120. I mean 1,200. 1,200 hours with 40 to 47 credits. 40 credits you can say. So this is the sum total of the credit system that is going to work. I hope I have been able to give you a bit of information of the changes that are going to happen next academic year. Let us be prepared to embrace these changes. Schools have to take calls with regard to 10 subjects and additional subjects, 3 language policy and all. Himani ma'am, I think we have completed the slides. Next slide. Yeah. So thank you so much. Now we will take up your questions. Himani ma'am, you can close the. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So
take the
we did
questions.
have a lot of questions trickling in, but first and foremost, I would like to thank you for explaining everything so comprehensively. Dear educators, if you have any query, you may kindly raise your hand. Ms. Harsha, you could please unmute yourself. Ms. Harsha, can you unmute yourself? Request. Okay. Meanwhile, Ms. Uma, you could unmute yourself.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir,
good
can you
evening.
hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, actually, there is a small doubt for me that is in when you are speaking about language 1, 2, 3. Is it that language 1 is not compulsorily English? It can be chosen any foreign language, is it that?
It depends upon your school. If the school chooses any foreign language, it's okay. If any, there may be, there may be some schools in Pondicherry or somewhere which have chosen French as their first language.
Oh, okay.
So it is possible. It is up to the school to take a call.
It is up to the school to take it. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Inderpal Kaur, Miss Inderpal Kaur, you could please unmute yourself.
So
Yeah.
a very good evening to all of you, and thank you, Salam sir, for such a wonderful reflections on upcoming changes in the board examination. So kindly reflect on the board for session 24-25. I mean to say for class 10th and 12th. How and what is the picture we must imagine for class 10th
Okay.
upcoming?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Interpol ma'am. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate. I appreciate, sir, your efforts and the knowledge.
Thank you, ma'am. This is a common question.
Excuse me?
Well, if any change that will take place from next academic year will start with grade 9 and 11. Okay, then it will be continued for the next academic year for grade 10. The present grade 9 going to grade 10 next year will have the same system as existing today. Hello?
Madam Inderpal, could you
Yes,
unmute yourself?
yes, sir. And this board 1 and board 2 will not apply to the 10th and 12th for 24 and 25, I guess.
Sorry. You were talking about the board. Yeah, definitely they are going to have. I'm extremely sorry. I was thinking of the language policy. Definitely, you're going to have grade 10 now is going to have the two boards, as I have already explained.
Yeah, with the same subjects they have been studying till now.
Yeah,
Three
yeah.
language formula and two language formula will not apply, but board one
No,
and
that is
board
for only
two.
grade 9. That is for grade 9 onwards.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Ms. Deepa, could you unmute yourself? I've sent you the request.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I have a query about the credits, what you are talking about.
Yeah.
You told that credits are being added with their grades whenever they go to the higher grades, and
Yeah.
how it is helpful for the child.
So madam, we have already conducted a very detailed session about the credit framework. Can you please refer to that?
Okay,
Because
sir.
it takes, a bit of time to explain. Right? We have to start from, the scratch, from the beginning, then only you will get a clear idea. But it to provide flexibility to change, classes and subjects. If a child coming from different stream and all with this credit, and they can be accommodated in now credit based on, in the system based on the credit they have scored.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Understood, sir. Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Harsha, could you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Sorry, actually, I missed the last session due to some network connection problem. I had a question. Sir, as you said, we will be having 2 languages for grade 11th, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And 4 core subjects. So for core subjects, I couldn't see IP or PE or AM. Are these subjects removed from this then in that case?
Madam, I said that they are examples. On the slides which are given, the subjects are given are examples. There are plenty of subjects you can choose across groups. Students can choose across groups.
Okay, okay.
All the subjects are available.
Yeah. And I probably missed one question from someone. Like you said, 2 board exams. If students are appearing in November and December, so they will be getting the results before March to think for the second attempt.
Definitely by Jan, CBSE will be releasing. They should know. Then only they can think about the next exam.
How about the syllabus?
Yes, sir. Sir, to continue with this question, somebody had asked if a child has appeared for the exam in November and December,
Yeah.
can they reappear again in March to improve
There is
on
no
the...
compartment. There is no compartment for board 1. Because there is a chance for board, there is a second board, no? There is
So
no...
they can reappear.
Yeah, they can reappear. There's no compartment for board 1.
Yes, sir. So that has answered a lot of questions related to this. Miss Preeti, could you please unmute yourself? Miss, yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Preeti ma'am. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please.
Sir, my query is regarding the internal assessments. So as of now, we have the 20 marks for internal assessments. So when we are talking about 100 marks and their credits, so will that system will continue, or there would be any changes into that?
I hope it will be continuing, but the modalities of internal assessment, CBSE will issue, their instructions based on the system that they are proposing. That we have to wait and see.
Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the information. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Bhavna, could you unmute yourself, please? Yes, Ms. Bhavna, we can't hear you. Okay, I'll quickly proceed to Ms. Gayatri. Ms. Bhavna, you can write your question in the Q&A chat box. Ms. Gayatri, could you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's always a pleasure to listen to Salam, sir. So
Thank you.
my question is right now you pointed out that there will be changes. So will students going from the present class 9 to 10, will they go through this process, or will it start from class 9th onwards? 8th standard students.
Board exam will take place for next year. So
All
the
right.
present grade 9 students will have to have the changes of two boards, having
Okay.
two boards for them.
All right.
Three
Okay.
language system and all will start with grade 9.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
credit
Thank you,
system
sir.
also from grade 9.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Thanks
you,
a lot.
ma'am. Thank you.
Ms. Nitya, could you unmute yourself?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Good evening, sir.
Good
Sir, I
evening.
have a doubt regarding the fourth subject which 11th class students have to choose. Like, supposingly, if I have a child from PCM, apart from two languages, what will be the fourth subject? I have a query regarding that.
Any subject of their discipline they can take economics or accountancy. It depends how the school is able to provide classes.
Okay. Okay.
Across the
Thank you.
stream, NEP, there is a provision, there is a flexibility given to students. There are certain compulsory subjects like PCM and all. Other than that, the next fifth subject can be, fifth optional can be anyone.
Okay. Okay.
So we have Ms. Priyadarshini. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Sir, thank you so much for this insightful session. Sir, I just wanted to know about the languages, the three language formula that has been implemented or will be implemented from the upcoming session. Sir, how will it affect the foreign language learning from classes 4 to 8? Because as a French teacher, I'm a bit bothered about that. Will CBSE allow the schools to continue foreign language teaching from classes 4 to 8?
Well, we are talking about from grade 9 onwards only. Of course, till grade 8, there is a three language system, no? So
Yes,
it is,
sir.
you can take a call according to your school and the state. If the state recommends that, second language should be, that regional language, then you can go for in third language as French, whatever. But up to grade 8, we have three language system. From grade
Fine, sir.
9 onwards, you have to take a call. Whether,
Fine, sir.
yeah. Well, there should be
Fine.
only one foreign language.
Fine. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Up next, we have D. Bisht. Could you please unmute yourself?
Good evening,
Deep
sir.
East, yeah.
Thank you for this session. It is Dipali Bist.
All right.
Yeah, my question is for next year 11th. As per your session, you said that this two language will be compulsory for grade 11, right? So
Yeah.
is it from next year onwards, like 24-25, that we have to take two languages?
Yes. Changes, all the, language changes take place from next year for grade 9 and 11. Then that will be continued.
My question is, what if the student has learned a foreign language till grade 10 as second language? So there will be two languages, two foreign languages that the kid has studied. And now while going to grade 11, he might not have studied any for Indian language. So what will happen in that case? Like if it is going to start from 24-25?
See, you have to follow the, policy, If there should be only one foreign language, then we have to choose either one. Then second language, whatever is given from the school, that they have to learn. But, to speak very, what do you call, personally, I am expecting the third language as very basic. The third language for grade 9 or the second language for grade 11 may be very basic, especially the third language will be very much basic. If a student who has not learned that, what do you call, a Punjabi student who is coming to Karnataka, who has not learned Karnataka, but he has to take up Kannada as a third language, then it will be very basic alphabet, this thing and all. So it will be similarly like that.
So in grade 11, the Indian language will be very, very basic.
We can hope so, because we can hope so, but not like a third language. In as far as grade 11 is considered, it is going to be the second language.
Yeah.
So somehow student has to face it, and he has to pass also.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that will be. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Up next, we have
Yeah.
Samsung SM, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just could not reset my name actually.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
evening, Salam, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, I'm Lata Nittur here from Karnataka.
Lata ma'am, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine, sir. Welcome to Karnataka, sir.
Yeah, you changed your name to Samsung.
No, sir. Actually, it's my new set. I could not reset the name actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So, sir, for the upcoming 10th standard,
Yeah.
the syllabus has to be completed by when, sir? If the exam is in November.
It is up to you, no? If
No,
you
I
are
mean,
going to take the first board, then you have to complete before that.
okay. So the entire syllabus is considered for board 1 and board 2.
Yes. The option given is because some students may be able to cover up the whole syllabus. Then they can take the first board with 1 or 2 subjects or the whole subject, and then they can relax and concentrate on preparation for the next level or whatever.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Dear participants, the link for the certificate and feedback form has been already posted in the chat box. Up next, we have Solly Thomas. Could you please unmute?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you for such an informative session.
Thank
Sir,
you.
till now, all the participants, they were asking regarding the 10th and 12th. But being a PRT teacher, I just want to ask regarding class 5.
Okay.
As the no retention policy is being removed, and in one of the slide it showed due to network connection I could not hear what you were speaking.
Okay.
It was shown that 25% is necessary for passing the theory.
Yes.
So does this theory include the internal assessment? I just wanted to clear that.
For grade 5, no?
Yeah, sir, grade 5.
Grade 5, do you have internal assessment? Do you make internal assessment?
Yeah, sir. In our school, we are having internal assessment like subject enrichment, notebook. So
Okay.
10 to 15.
Okay. That's fine. You can club it together. 25 marks.
So the theory will include that also?
It is not separated. As far as I know, it is not separated for up to grade 8. From grade 9 onwards, it is separated. CBSE gives clear instruction from grade 9 onwards.
Okay. So it's up to our school to decide on whether we can include the internal.
Actually, the policy is to see whether the child is competent enough to go to the next grade. So the school has to take it in that seriousness.
Okay, sir.
We cannot simply promote the child, because of the child only will suffer. That is the idea. So you have to
we can see because of these last few years when the detention policy was applied.
Yeah.
The children, those who are being upgraded to the next section, next class, they are not at all serious with their studies, and their performance is not at all improving also.
Correct. So that is why we are CBSE is having a kind of screening at 2 levels, grade 5 and 8, so that there will be improvement and seriousness about their studies.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, there has been a question where many educators have asked, is this the way that we are kind of discouraging the teaching of foreign languages and promoting more of regional languages in the schools with this change in the education?
Can I repeat, ma'am?
Sir, the educators are asking that the foreign languages, is this the new policy that has been introduced? Is it detrimental to the teaching of foreign languages in the classes? Because more and more stress is on the regional languages, Indian languages. So are foreign languages going to suffer, or foreign languages educators are going to suffer?
The answer, I began the session with that question's answer only, madam. Because it is multilingualism that NEP is promoting, and more Indianism. I stress the point, the more Indianism, that is the vision of NEP. So foreign languages, have to give room for the native language, regional language. So, but they are including one foreign language at each level.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Santosh, could you please unmute yourself? Mr. Santosh, yes.
Yeah, yes. Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
This is question again regarding the foreign language. See, I am from Riyadh.
You're from?
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, yeah.
Okay, so here we have grade 8, we have second language, Hindi, and the third language, that is French, otherwise Arabic.
Okay.
Now these children, these students who will go to grade 9th, what is their option?
See, for Gulf...
And sir, one more, adding to that, the Hindi belt, from Hindi belt children, they speak only Hindi. After English or after Hindi, they take French, otherwise Arabic.
Yeah.
That is again foreign language. Now here we are finding it very difficult how to accommodate the children.
Okay, as far as the policy is concerned, only one foreign language is allowed. But considering, situations like, foreign countries, they have already approached CBSE, and CBSE may take a call in this regard. We can be very positive.
Okay, that is essential. Because we are unable to find a solution for it,
So because it is affecting children, no. So CBSE will not do anything that is affecting children.
Yeah, but other way it is, becoming imperative for the children to study Hindi.
Yeah, that is a policy to promote national, native languages. But since you are not in India, they may consider.
Yeah, this is our request really. We already sent a
foreign
request
schools
to
may
CBSE.
be considered. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Tara DS, could you please unmute yourself? Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening. Actually, I'm from Mysore, and actually, what I wanted to ask was: is AI, PE, and art education, which is mentioned as Group 3, going to be graded or is going to be scored?
Himani ma'am, can you repeat that question?
Ma'am, could you repeat? There was a little lag in your voice. So there was a lag at
Okay, I was asking in Group 3, AI and PE, and apart from that, you had art education, Group 3. Is it going to be graded or is it going to be scoring?
Scoring subjects.
Skill subjects.
Yeah, scoring subjects. They are going to be scoring subjects.
Okay.
For grade 11 and 12, so far we have been grading, physical education and, general studies and all. That is going to be papers.
So for grade 9 and 10?
Grade 9 and 10 also. Grade 9 and 10 also. We will share the PPT with you. Don't worry.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Jayashree, you can ask your question. Yeah.
Good evening, Salam, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you. I saw Jayashree, ma'am, the first to join, 6:30.
Yeah, otherwise we cannot get to know, sir.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of messages in the group. They're not unable to. So thank you for the wonderful session. Lot of queries, but getting tensed, hearing to all these. More than children, we are getting tense.
Don't worry, there will be solution to every problem.
Yeah, it is there, but it need to reach to the students, students and parents.
Yeah.
Now, sir,
we have to make parents aware of it. Yeah, we have to conduct orientation programs. Yeah.
Yes, sure. Now, I was a little relaxed when sir said that about third language for grade 9. you said that the syllabus will be a little more basic. So that is a little relaxed. Now, the next is the skill education. The skill education in the website, it is given that if a child fails in one of the core subjects, that can be replaced by the skill. Right? I think this will be applicable when all the 10 subjects fall in place.
Yeah. No.
Yes, sir?
This year you have skill education, that is computer or AI.
Yeah,
that
we have
that will
skill
be counted.
education.
That can replace any other subject.
Okay.
But next year, all 10 subjects they have to pass.
Oh, okay.
That means
all
for the
10
grade
they have
9
to
and 10.
pass.
Yeah.
Suppose if a child fails in one of the subject, what is the next option? To give her one retest?
Of course, there will
Okay,
be
only
one compartment.
one compartment. Okay. Now,
So in order to avoid compartment only, we are giving you one more board, no?
Okay, no, so I'm talking about board, I understood. I'm talking about the grade 9.
Grade 9, you can give retest here.
Retest, okay. So the next question is, will they be internals, just like the past 3 years we have, no? So if it is like that, if we take theory plus the internal, if the child is getting more than 33, is this what we say as pass?
That we have to wait and see, ma'am. The modalities of assessment, we have yet to receive. Yeah.
We have to, okay. Now the next is the PW students.
Yeah.
We had an option.
As usual, relaxation will be there.
Will be there. Just like now, if a child is having a medical certificate,
relaxation will be there.
Relaxation will be there to drop.
Yes, definitely.
Now we are dropping language and core subjects. So will there be an option for the students to drop second language and third language?
It depends upon the severity they will consider.
Okay. Now
also the same thing.
Yeah. Now at present we cannot drop language 1, but language 2 and the core subjects we can drop. So I just wanted to know because
same may apply. Same may apply. Same may.
Okay. Now earning the credit points. If a child failed, and sir said you can give one retest. After writing the retest, are we giving the same credit point, or is there any kind of a deduction in that since the child has written a retest and getting a pass?
This all we have to experience, wait and experience, and naturally, when a child fails, definitely he will not be awarded a credit. If there is a chance to reappear and do, definitely that credit will be awarded. The point is the student should pass for a credit.
Okay, yeah, that is a condition.
Yeah, that is a condition.
So we are hoping that the entire, what we say, call all the internal assessment, all the modalities, everything will be released by the end of March, so that we can plan ahead.
We can expect. Definitely.
Because we have to plan ahead to complete a portion. If it's 2 board, we have to finish it at least by the end of October, something like that. So if there is internal assessment, that also need to go parallel with the theory.
Correct.
Right, sir?
Correct. Portion is reduced to 30%, no? Then we can complete it.
Okay, no, because assessment should also go parallel with that, no? When we are conducting exams. Correct. It is best of PTs is 3 and the best of 3 PTs. So 3 PTs need to be there. So what is those kind of things we need to know ahead, because then only we can plan the complete curriculum.
Yeah, assessment modalities, I think they will be releasing very soon.
Okay, so thank you, and
we
are expecting you to share the PPT.
Definitely.
So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Very good, very informative session. Very informative. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
Salam, sir, there seems to be a common question.
Yeah.
The educators are asking, is it possible for a student to appear in particular subjects in November, and then the remaining subjects they can appear in the next board?
Yeah, they can choose. No, they can choose. They can take 1 or 2 or 3 subjects for board 1, the rest of the subjects in board 2.
Got it, sir. Mr. Santoshan, could you please unmute yourself?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
It is related to the grade 11. You have mentioned that 2 language and other 4 subjects, the core subjects. But when we are seeing the credit allotment, that working hours will be 1,200. So on each subject, language and other core subjects related to 10 hours. Is it right? But in that allotment, 210 hours for each subject.
Yeah.
So when I'm seeing it's a 2 language plus 4 subjects, it's coming as a 6 subjects.
Yeah.
Then other subjects, other grade general
Physical
studies,
education.
physical education, general studies, and work experience.
Yeah.
So totally it's coming along with 1,200. But when I'm taking the 6 subjects, it's coming as 1,410 hours.
No way. No way.
Yeah. I'll tell you, sir. 5 subject each
10,
will be 2.
okay, 1 minute. We'll share the slide once again.
That yes, sir. The previous of the
Himani,
last,
ma'am?
Yes,
previous
sir.
of this last one.
Yes, sir. Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
I'll just share. So is it visible?
Previous slide, ma'am. Yeah.
Is this the one?
Yes. I think this is for the grade 9. Can you show for the 11?
11.
Is this? Sir, is this the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see here, sir. Here it's coming only 5 subjects.
Hmm.
Language 1. You
Okay.
said the 2 languages are compulsory. Other than the 2 languages, we have to go for the other 4 core subjects.
So language 1, okay. Language 2.
Language 2 also is a compulsory. Other than that, it's going only 3.
Yeah. Only 3.
Yeah, only 3. But if it is only 3 means it's coming only 5 subjects, no, sir.
Only 5 subjects. 6th subject is optional subject you have to take.
Oh, okay, fine, sir. But the previous slides you have shown that is coming as 2 languages plus 4 subject you mentioned.
3 core subjects and 4 and 4th one is optional subject. Whether it can be language or academic subject or skill subject.
This one is fine, sir. According to the NCF, you have shown one slide.
Yeah.
In that you have mentioned 2 languages plus 4 subjects you have mentioned.
Yes, sir. That is what is mentioned here. But as I said, Himani, can you count how many hours it comes?
Yes. So give me a minute.
Yeah, it comes to 1,400.
Yeah,
Correct.
It is slow in math.
Yeah, it comes to 1,400. Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
410. Is it right?
Yeah. This, I think I'll have to make it clear. I will get back to everyone after rechecking with it.
Okay,
sure.
okay. Thank you. But for the grade 11,
Thank
2
you.
languages.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I need one more question. Whether the 2 languages are compulsory for grade 11 in the next academic session?
Yes, of course.
Oh, other than the 2 languages, we have to go for the 4 academic skills.
Correct.
Totally 6 subjects are compulsory.
6 subjects are compulsory.
Sure, sir. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That I will check and revert, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So up next we have Surangana. Could you please unmute yourself? Yeah.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Himani ma'am. Thank you for such an insightful session. We are half relieved almost from this session. My questions are more of clarification, sir. For example, I would like to give that in grade 5 and 8, screening will be there, but there will be no detention as part of the policy. Am I right, sir?
Hopefully. You have to wait and see.
Screening will be there.
Proposal is there. You will get notification. Yeah.
Okay. And my second question is that for the board year, for example, like 10 and 12, the first board will be around November, December, which is like not compulsory to take the first board or maybe 1 or 2 subjects. For example, for grade 12 students, they may opt for physics and chemistry. And for the second board, all the subjects have to be taken again altogether, or maybe the remaining subjects they can take.
Remaining subjects.
remaining, and best of two will be taken.
Considered, yeah.
Considered. And in that case, pre-boards will be there. Pre-boards in the schools, like
pre-boards, CBSE does not say that you have to have pre-board. That is the school's choice. No, schools conduct in order to give more preparations, and that is up to you.
And other formalities are like LOC, signing, and those admit cards.
Everything will be there.
And
as for board exam, everything will be there.
So, like the center will be a different school, external location. All of those will be there.
Yes.
Am I right, sir?
Generally, it will be very transparent, right?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Nitya, please unmute yourself. Ms. Nitya Huja.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Sir, sorry, I missed some initial discussions. I just have a query regarding the reduced syllabus, sir. Will there be more reduction in the syllabus? Because by October, we are supposed to complete the syllabus.
Already, you have considered reduction. There will not be any more reduction, I believe.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
So, sir, if like in November, children are appearing for the board exam, so by that time, the syllabus has to be completed.
It is up to you. If the child, if you cannot complete, then you need not go for, board exam 1. It is not compulsory. If you are able to complete, or the child is able to complete his studies outside your coaching, your training, then let him go. That is the advice CBSE is giving.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So obviously, we can expect only a very few children, for the board 1, because most of the schools may be completing by then only. They have to give revision, practice, model exam, mock exam, etc., etc. But there may be exceptional children. For them, disadvantage.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Madhu Uppal, could you please ask your query?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Salam, for the wonderful presentation. We were really looking forward to it.
Thank
so
you.
a lot of queries have been solved. But one thing I just would like to clarify here, as this grade 11 slide, which just now we checked again, in the language 2, it is optional written academic elective. So would it be an option that whether the child can go for the language or any elective?
I think that is a correction is required there. They will get back, because 2 languages are compulsory.
Okay, and in language policy also, in case the child is now, because the option is given, so would we have the same formula that the child must have studied that third language in as a second language, maybe in grade 10? Because a new language completely, now grade 11, they have not studied any other language after 10th. So it's been a gap of one whole year.
Whichever is convenient and whichever is the school is giving, that can be considered.
But there won't be any base, like the child must have studied as a second language in grade 10, or maybe for grade
there is
10 child,
there is
nothing like that in 8. Okay. So that would be completely new.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for patiently answering all the query. Miss Tara, I think she has another question.
Sir, good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening,
Yes. What I was asking, what I wanted to know is grade 1 new textbook will be released, which is NCERT. For which subjects? All the subjects?
All the
there
subjects.
Are 5 subjects.
All the 5 subjects.
All the subjects. And when can we expect? Because many schools now, it's time for us to order the next year's books.
NCERT books, they are trying to print out as early as possible, but it may take some time. They are not able to release on time. They will give you the PDF. Schools will be given the PDF.
But when can we expect the PDF also? March, April?
March you can expect, yeah. In March you can expect.
All right. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Salam, sir.
Yeah, you can wind up.
Yes, sir. There was just one question, sir. I'll quickly go through. Sir, are we expecting any circular regarding 3-language policy from CBSE to the schools?
Definitely circulars will be being issued very soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with your permission, may I
please.
proceed with vote of thanks? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I would like to extend our gratefulness and appreciation for Dr. Abdul Salam for enlightening us with this boundless discourse. I'm sure we as educators will apply this information in our teaching methodology, and we'll ensure that our young learners reap maximum benefit out of it. Dear participants, please note the link for certificate and feedback form has been already posted. You're requested to fill up the form with all the necessary details. I, Himani Bakshi, along with Extra Mile Education and Training, would like to thank Dr. Abdul Salam for his boundless support and guidance, for his magnanimity and patience. Thank you, sir, for this great opportunity. And most importantly, thank you all the participants for your enthusiasm. I sincerely hope we have earned the privilege of your time. Over to you, Salam, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. We are very glad to, begin the extra mile with you.
I'm humbled, sir. Thank you.
And we will, take up this journey further ahead with lots of, informative sessions which we are planning. We are waiting for the exams to get over. But for exam help also, we are coming up with a session next week that will be very important and will be very useful for everyone. We will be helping all the students and teachers with, very important tips and all. So do not miss that session. That is most probably it will be on Saturday, next Saturday. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Also, we are training teachers, educators who wish to become, resource persons, moderators, and all. We are on this journey. We have, trained a pool of resource persons and given them opportunities. We would like to empower each and everyone, each and every educator in whichever way possible. That is the mission of Extra Mile. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Himani ma'am, thank you so much for your time. Yeah, whenever we approach you, sir, we will do it. That is very positive. That is very, appreciable. So thank you so much, everyone.
Always a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you and have a very good night.
Thank you. Good night, sir. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.